students, I'm Aanchal Sharma, your educator. Today in this video, we are going to discuss an important concept that in our paper is going to be asked and they are asking questions related to it. This is the topic e-learning and we will be discussing about the learning management systems. So a learning management system is a part of e-learning. So first of all, we will discuss what is e-learning, how e-learning is somewhat different from this web learning or virtual learning, and then we will look at what different types of e-learning, and then we will discuss what is a learning management system. We will also look at the OERs also in this video. So let us see. First of all, there is a small distinction. There are small distinctions between the words called as the web-based instruction or virtual learning. What do you mean by online learning and what is e-learning? Let us look at the definitions of these terms. Then the things would be more clear. So the first word that we had is the web-based instruction. What is exactly the web-based instruction? So it is a hypermedia-based instruction. This is a type of instruction where you use your World Wide Web. That means you are giving instructions or teaching here with the help of your internet, that is the www. So it is a hypermedia-based instruction program which utilizes and attributes the resources of your World Wide Web to create a meaningful learning environment where learning is fostered and supported. So during the time of lockdown, we all realized that how important it is to carry forward our studies. So when we were staying at home, it was becoming very difficult for us to carry on with this study and the management of the study as well. So there were few problems that the teachers used to face. Not every teacher was as proficient with technology as the others could be. So young teachers could still understand and gradually adapt with this Zoom culture that we had, but others were not able to do it. So from that time only, we started with switching on to e-learning. Now we are using many platforms where we are using nothing but our internet to teach the students. So this is how you are creating an atmosphere from where being at your home also distance education can happen using internet, that is the www. So when you use these hypermedia to create an instructional program and you're teaching the students via the www, you are doing a web-based instruction. Then comes the virtual learning. So the educational process of learning over the internet without having a face-to-face contact with the students is called as nothing but virtual learning. However, for some, virtual learning may also include the tele-learning. So sometimes the telephonic learning can also be included in the virtual learning. Then we have the online learning. So online learning is somewhat synonymous with the web-based learning where learning is fostered via a hypertext transfer protocol, that is the HTTP. It is basically used in internet or intranet. So when you use internet or intranet, that is your www again, and you create the hyperlinks to teach the students, you call it as a online learning. Last but not the least is the e-learning. Now e-learning will include all of these different kinds of learning. When you are creating different websites to study, when you are using internet to study, all of them when coming together, one word can be used. All of these digital collaborations that you use are termed as nothing but e-learning. The term e-learning covers a wide set of applications and processes, including the computer-based learning that used to happen before as well. Then we switched to the web-based learning. Then virtual classrooms also started, and then we started with the digital collaborations also. So all these Zoom meetings or these Google Classroom meetings, using Google Files to study, using technology to study is now termed as your e-learning. Let us see different technologies or different techniques or strategies through which the e-learning can happen. So there can be online learning. This online learning can happen through different Wikipedia pages. The teacher can ask you to study through different wikis, or there can be what you can also study through webcasting these pages. Now you can also study through virtual classes. That means there is no face-to-face interaction, but there are virtually the classes are happening using the internet. So this can be, you can use vlogging here, you can send the video or you can show your videos to make the students study that. Basically, interactive whiteboards are a good example of your collaborative videos. That is the vlog that you create. You can study through audios and video conferencing. So audio and video conferencing is somewhat like a online video sessions that can happen. So these sessions can be created by the LMS. LMS is a good example for this, studying through online videos that can happen. So if I am putting my videos in a proper web page, so there is the software that I created, or there is this web page where you will find all the videos. So what is it? It is nothing but a LMS, Learning Management System. Then you have online chat. You can also teach the students using online chatting. This chatting can be like podcasting, or there can be different forums where the students can come together and chat and ask about their own doubts. So we know that the Swayam gives offer or the different MOOCs or the Swayam Prabha that we discussed about also gives this chance for the students to interact with the teacher who are teaching it. So what is it? This is the forum that is created. Then there can be instant messaging. So instant messaging can be done through discussion groups that can be created using social networks that are there. Then there can be whiteboard share. So shared whiteboard is one feature that you also found in your Zoom meeting. So during the Zoom sessions also, teacher used to send, share the screens. So all of it is nothing but a shared whiteboard. And you can send it through electronic mails, and OER are good examples of these kind of resources where you can interact with one another. Shared whiteboards can be there. Each can come up together, all the students can come up and collaboratively they can study. Now what is collaborative study? So collaborative studying is different than cooperative studying. So cooperative is when you cooperate with someone and then you are studying. This means that one person knows something about this particular topic and you are cooperating with other person. They are also coming up with some set of things that are different than what you know, and then you come together and put your points together. Right? But this collaborative study is that is cooperative study. Collaborative study is you will bring some facts, they will also bring some facts, you will join these facts and a new thing would be created. Right? So these kind of studies can be there. There can be application sharing, as I told you on Zoom, we sometimes did that. And also self-paced courses started to be created, like the MOOC or the Coursera that we have. The Coursera is a platform where you have all these tailor-made courses. This is what? This is a platform that was provided for the application sharing. This is also a mobile-based learning. As the scenarios are changing, each and every one of us have mobiles. We are using technology. This can be nothing but a mobile-based learning society where everyone is studying through the technologies that are available on your mobile phones. Now, what is mobile learning? Let us study about it. So, with the rapid expansion of mobile technologies, mobiles and smartphones, iPhones, etc. are becoming so popular among the learners. Although the mobiles are used for a number of personal purposes, you can effectively study through this technology of mobile phones as well. So, this studying through your mobile phone is called as nothing but mobile learning or M-learning. So mobile learning is an emerging field and it requires more and more research. There is a potential research being done on it, and this person, Cool, in 2009 gave this, talked about mobile learning, and he said that whenever you are teaching a child using mobile learning, first of all, you need to do what? You need to be aware that are all the students that are present there have the same technology? Are everyone aware about the technology? Because if you start using mobile as a method or a medium to teach, then you need to be aware of the technology and make the students aware about the technology as well. So he gave some of the points that includes the social aspects also, and he considered the learner aspects also of how you can do mobile learning. So he talked about the framework of mobile learning. For understanding the mobile learning, according to his networking, he said that there are some social aspects, device aspects, and learner aspects that are to be presented. So his theories were somewhat like this. He said that there are some device aspects. It refers to the size, weight, and also the input and the output capabilities of the device that you are using. Now, each of us have mobile phones, but what is the capacity through which you can use or store the data into it? So if you have created one website, the students would download the website and you are teaching through that website. Is the device that the student using is capable of downloading or taking up the load that you have created? So this means that you have to be very aware of the device aspect. Then comes, and of course, storage is also, and storage, processor speed are few of the things that you have to be very much aware about. Then comes the learner aspect. So learner should at least have the prior knowledge of the course you have created. So they are at your homes, they are in their homes only, and they are not interacting with you face to face. So there should be some prior knowledge, some prior contextual knowledge, or some prior memory about what you are teaching to them. It refers to the discovery learning. They should also have emotions. They should also have the locus of control inside them, that if you provide them with the content using the mobile learning, they will be keen to study from there as well. This tells about the emotions, and you should consider the motivation of the student as well. Then comes the social aspect. This refers to the conversations, cooperation, or the social interaction among the users. Do you think if you create such a system, the society would help the students come together and interact? Will they talk about it? Will this give a boost? Is this technology helpful in future or not? Right? So all of these things should be cleared before you start teaching through a mobile network. Then comes the division, because you are using technology. So he said there are other factors that should also be considered. These factors are the social technology intersection. So at certain point of time, because you are using internet, you are using what? You are using technologies, there will be an interaction between the society and the networking or the technology that you are using. It refers to the device networking, system connectivity, and the collaborations. There will be interaction learning. What is interaction learning intersection? There will be some interaction, some situation, learning communities will come together. There will be some cognitive and learning communities that will be created. Then there will be some device usability interaction. This intersection will talk about how the information is available. What will be the psychological comfort and satisfaction that this will be providing? Is the course effective? Then what will happen? There will be one intersection, that is the mobile learning. How information is becoming more and more accessible using what? Using the mobile phones. The thing would be, all this concept would be more clear when you look at the diagram. So Kuhl said that there are always some overlapping structures when you start using technology. So what is it? There are some social aspects, as he said. What are the social aspects? Is the society going to appreciate this type of learning? Will it go further? Then there are some learner aspects. Availability of smartphones is one learner aspect, or the motivation level or the already present knowledge that the students have is one goal you have to fulfill before launching a new app. Then comes the device aspect. Then comes the intersection when the DLS is to be done, that is the mobile based learning is to be done. This is the overlapping. This is the LF, that means the learner and the social aspect would be combined here. The device and the learner aspect would be combined here, and the device and the social aspect would be combined. Now, why did we decided to do this type of concept? Because this time also they, talked about concepts like these only in the paper. You must have seen other videos that I have created related to, all of these topics. All these e-technologies are now, they're asking questions from these technologies. That is why you should be aware about all of these technologies. They have been asking about pedagogical knowledge and about how the pedagogy devices and different knowledge interact with one another. But they can also ask you about the mobile learning, because this is also one form of e-learning only. Then now let us discuss about the LMS. So LMS is nothing but learning management system. A learning management system is also called as the content management system. It is a software application for the administration, documentation, tracking and reporting of the learning activities. So if the teacher wants to teach you repeatedly, if I know I want to teach you teaching aptitude and communication, each year I know 2 times this exam is going to happen, so I can create my own website. That website would be what? That website would be a LMS, that is a software I will be creating for the learning management system. Here I can look at how many students are coming to my class, how many students are enrolling. I can have a quiz session also. I can have interactive video sessions also. I can monitor how many students are giving the quizzes. So it can be one platform. And in this platform, I have created courses. So this course is for teaching aptitude. Another course is for communication. Now I have few quizzes and test series as well. And there is another tab that helps you talk to me virtually as well, or video conferencing. So when all of these things are to be accommodated on one software, it becomes nothing but a learning management software, right? So it's a learning management system. And here, what are the roles or the objectives of the LMS? It is the administration, documentation, tracking, reporting, and the learning activities that can be done. Most LMS are the web-based, and anywhere, at any time, at any pace, the students can access to the content that I have created. I will be knowing that how many students are scoring good in the quizzes that are being conducted here. This is how I can gather my own data. This is how I can do the tracking. Then what is it? Some of the LMS can also help us to deliver, manage the instructor-led synchronous and asynchronous kind of teaching. In essence, you can say that LMS is nothing but a strategic solution for planning, delivering, managing most of the e-learning events, including all the online classing or the online classes, all the virtual classrooms and the instructor-led courses. So all these Coursera and all these different websites that teach the students, that come together, are nothing but LMS. They are created using the software called as the LMS, that is the learning management systems. LMS are also called as the content management system. However, some of the theorists think that it is much more than that. Only content is not given to the students, but tracking, instructions, normal talking between the students is also possible using these LMS. They are designed for much broader purpose and are used to create information portals and to manage the pace of the education also. LMS is a software for planning, delivering, managing the learning events within the organization. That is including all the online and the virtual classroom. The focus of LMS is to manage the students, keeping track on their progress and their performance across all types of learning activity. It performs administrative tasks such as reporting to the teachers, and it also helps them create the course content. So for the learners, they can openly navigate it using the mobile phones also. For admins, you can specify the courses and the assignments that are there. And for managers, they are the one who will design the course. What does this slide mean? I will take you to this slide. So there are 3 components whenever we talk about LMS. These 3 components are what? These 3 components are the admin, The admin is someone who will create the lecture, who will create the student account, and who will give them the permission to come here. There will be a student who will do what? Who will take up the question, who will take up the assignment, but there will be a teacher who will upload the course. So there are always some middlemen. I have created the course structure. I am someone who will create the assignments, who will create the questions, who will upload and update the stuff on the platform that is created. But it is the admin who is the technical person who will do what? He will set the account. He will do the back work. So there are these two layers to it. First layer is the back layer. This back layer is handled by our admin. Then the front layer, this front layer of any website or any software is managed by what? Is managed by the teacher. This teacher or a lecturer will upload the assignment, the coursework, or whatever questions she has to ask. And the student would do what? The student would participate here. Now, what are some of the qualities of these LMS, and why do we need these LMS? It centralize and automate the administration process. The teacher can be an administrator here. For self-service or self-guided services, you can use LMS. You can assemble and deliver all the learning content. You can consolidate the training initiatives and bring it to one platform. You can support a portability, give portability and give standards to what you are teaching, and you can personalize the concept and enable the knowledge reuse. So if you have one video that is created there and placed there, you know what is the person who is the admin will upload the video on the website that you have created. And what will be the task of the teacher? The teacher will teach there, and the student would do what? The student would watch the video. Now the LMS gives you so many other options also. The teacher here can track the reports, can maintain the records. The teacher can evaluate the students on the basis of their performance. They can do personalized communication with the students. They can make their own reports, and it becomes more cost efficient. So with each semester, with each passing year, for the first time in your June cycle, I decided to teach these two subjects, teaching aptitude and communication. Now the next time again I have to make the videos, but if I have a software already created, I will have the videos there only. The only problem is to update them again and again. This will be a task. So the teacher can track the student performance, take quizzes, take what self-test examinations can be there, look for the registration, who all are registering there. There can be an option for using different hyperlinks. What are hyperlinks? These are, if you click on this link, it will generate another link and you can use graphics to teach the students. This will create an atmosphere that is more welcoming. You can communicate with the students, you can deliver the content, and there can be material like PDFs that can also be downloaded. There are different types of LMS. This is something that they ask in the paper also. So these types of LMSs are like installed LMS, web-based LMS, hosted LMS, SaaS LMS, mobile LMS that you can download on the mobile phones, open source, that is an open source is a type of LMS that anyone can create. You don't always need an admin for it because it is openly available. Some are licensed, you have to purchase it, right? These are the different types of LMS. Some can be open source, again it is openly available, and some are commercial. For commercial purpose, the teacher purchases the LMS first and then creates their own website. So for commercial purpose, you have some important LMS like the Blackboard Ink. Others you can read, they are important as well. For your open source purpose, you have these many kind of LMS. Sakai is important here, right? So these were what? These were different kinds of LMS. Now, let us discuss about the open educational resource. These are the OERs. So you can also study and teach through OERs. Now, what are OERs? These are the open educational resources. These are the resources which are readily available and made available on the internet for the usage of the teacher and for the usage of the learners. So teachers are free to use these resources. They need to select, adapt and integrate those OERs in teaching and learning processes which they want to. So if I want to teach using internet, I can use these OERs in my classes. These are the open resources that are made available. So there will be some government sources, like we will discuss this one example, the National Repository of Open Educational Resources, that is the NROER, is one repository that is created by NCERT. So NCERT created this repository. If I want to teach my students using technology, I can download, I can just go to the page of NCERT and I can just look for this repository, that is the NROER. That is the National Repository of Open Educational Resources. There are free books, PDFs, and there are audio video sessions, and I can use those sessions to teach you. These are what? These are the open educational resources that the teachers can use to teach. So in this video, we discussed what? We discussed about the different strategies through which the teacher tries to teach online or using internet, that is the WWW. It is together called as the e-learning. Sometimes the teacher can do video conferencing. Sometimes the teacher can do what? She can do chatting with the students. It can be emails. It can be using OERs, or it can be by creating LMS. There are some drawbacks also, because not every teacher is proficient in this. That is why there are three components to it. You need some admins also, and you need the teacher, and you need the student. But nowadays, because it is a fast changing world and internet is becoming so important, teaching through internet needs, you require to upgrade your knowledge as well. And to become a good teacher, you should know how to use these tools as well. So you should be aware of how to use technology, incorporate these strategies in your teaching if you want to teach through an online mode. So thank you so much for attending this video. I hope you understood today's concept. I will come up again with another concept series. I hope you're liking the video and liking the concept series as well. So thank you so much for attending the session. See you.